peeps, welcome to my channel. I am Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm back with a new Get the Look tutorial featuring this very warm, smoky, fiery eye look today. I did this using the Crown Brush Fuego eyeshadow collection. This is a palette that I received in my June of Boxycharm. In addition to that, I'm also using the mascara I got in Boxycharm, and I guess you could consider this a Boxycharm video, although I'm not using everything that I got this month's Boxycharm. I will just let you know in case you're curious. I happened to get the blush, the brow pomade, but I'm not opening those. I'm not using those. For one, not that they're bad products, but I don't need another blush. I'm actually trying to use up some of my blushes, so I didn't want to open it. I'm giving that away. I also don't need another brow product. I'm pretty set in my ways when it comes to the way I do my brows and the products I use. So I didn't want to try it just for the sake of trying another new brow product. I didn't want to open it and waste it. I'm giving that away as well. I did also get the Dr. Brandt No More Baggage eye depuffing gel. I've tried this once, and this is more of a product. I can't say, I've only tried it once, like I said. I can't say if it works well or not. Even though I don't have under eye bags, it says it works for dark circles as well, which I do have. But this is more of a product that's going to be something I need to use at night or when I'm not wearing makeup. I think I thought I read somewhere where it said you can use it underneath your makeup, but I attempted that the very first time I used it. And then once I put concealer on, it started like peeling up. So basically, like, this product doesn't actually seep into the skin and kind of like absorb into the skin. It like creates almost a film over top of the skin, which I didn't really notice until I put makeup on top of it, and then it wasn't going on well, and I was like, what's going on? And I noticed there was like, it's kind of like balling up, like there was this film underneath, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's probably this stuff. So does not play well with makeup, so I'm not going to be using that with makeup, but I'm going to go ahead and try it and put it in my bathroom and try it for like my nighttime routine skincare routine, and see if it does anything. So anyways, what that leaves us with is the palette and then the mascara. And this palette is at $29.99. I think it's a beautiful palette. It's definitely, it's those warm tones that are, it's not anything super unique or super new. I'm not sure if this is a new palette in general or if Crown has had it for a while. If it's a new palette, I feel like they're kind of late to the game on this color scheme, because it's definitely like reminiscent of the Naked Heat, any of those warm tone palettes. That being said, I do think it's a really beautiful palette. I wanted to give it a go because I felt it, like I swatched it with my fingers, and like, let me just show you some of the shimmers here. I was pretty impressed with the shimmery metallic shades here. That's like, here, let me just do this here so you can see one swatch. Like, they're beautiful shades. And so I was really impressed by it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to play around with this. I'll do a little tutorial with it in case anyone else got this Boxycharm box and, you know, wanted to see some inspiration with it. And now that I've done this look, it's kind of funny. I feel like it looks really, really similar to the look I did with the Milani, one of the looks I did with the Milani Bold Obsessions palette. I'll have that linked. So if you have that palette, you probably don't need this if you're looking at one to buy. But if you don't have any shadows similar to this and you're looking for something that's kind of an affordable option, I guess kind of affordable, it's like $30, you might as well splurge for something else. I don't know. Anyways, I do think it's a decent palette. I think the mattes blend pretty well. They're not crazy pigmented, but I mean, it's not a bad palette. I don't know. And then the mascara, I think it's just okay. I've heard a lot of people say they really, really love this mascara. I don't think it's a bad mascara, but I just think it's just okay. So anyways, that's enough of my rambling. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get into this look. Alright, I'm just going to start off right away with this matte kind of orange shade in the top row using my Smith 230 brush. And I've been kind of just doing this new thing where I just kind of place the product in the kind of outer corner crease of my eye, just kind of placing it there and then going back in afterwards and blending it. So that's kind of what you're going to see me doing. And for that, I'll probably switch to the Smith 232 to blend. I don't have my eyes primed, but I do have concealer on my eyes, just the concealer I use to clean up my brows, which is the Beauty Junkies Brow Concealer. Alright, now just to deepen it up, I'm going to go into this kind of bricky red brown shade on the bottom row, and I'm just going to be doing the same thing, so switching back and forth between my Smith 230 brush and then 232 to blend. So I'm just going to take that shade on the 230, place it, kind of blend it a little bit, and then blend some more with the 232. And here I'm just placing it a little bit more on my lid, a little bit into my crease as well, but more so on my lid than anything. Now I'm just going to do a mix of those two shades that I just used with the Smith 232 and just kind of bring that to my lower lash line, keep it nice and smoky, and blend that up to the outer corner of my lid. Alright, now I'm going to use a flat synthetic brush. This is the Morphe E19. I'm pretty sure this is like a lip brush, but I'm using it for my eyes. And then I'm going to go into the middle shade on the top row. This is a really beautiful kind of duochrome, orangey, golden, pinky coral shade. And I'm just going to take that to the front of my eyelids and just kind of sweep it back to the center of my eyelids. It doesn't have to be super precise. I'm going to put another shade behind it. Alright, next with that same brush, I'm just going to dip it into the shade all the way at the end of the top row, and it's just a really gorgeous metallic-y copper shade. And I'm going to add that to the, not quite all the way the outer corner of my eyelid, but right in between where I placed that first shade and then that last shade. So it'll be kind of like a little bit of a gradient happening there. Okay, now I'm going to go into that dark chocolatey brown shade, and I'm going to take that on a flat definer brush and bring that to my lower lash line. Doesn't seem to be adding too much pigmentation. I thought it might be a little bit darker. I'm going to grab a brush that's a little bit more dense, see if that'll pack on a little bit more color. So now I'm going to grab the Sigma Smudge E21. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit more dense, but still compact, so you get something precise, and see if that'll add a little bit more color. Sometimes switching up your brushes kind of helps you to get the look you're trying to achieve. So let's see. That's a little bit better. I just kind of feel like this shadow's, it's not as dark as it seems. Alright, now going back in with that kind of reddish brown shade and then a small, very small blending brush. This is the Morphe M562. I'm going to take a little bit of that and blend some more on my lower lash line, as well as the outer corner of my eyes, a little bit into my crease, just to add a little bit more depth and definition. I love how this brush can just add the perfect amount of just a touch more pigment and definition and subtle blending without it being super crazy. I love this brush. Now to brighten things up a little bit, I'm going to be taking the only kind of creamy ivory bone shade in here, and I'm going to be using that with a pencil brush. This one is from Beauty Junkies. I'm just going to be taking that to the inner corner of my eyes as well as my brow bone, just for a little bit of highlight. Alright, so here's the eyes so far. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face off camera, and then I will come back on. We're going to try the mascara I got in the July Boxycharm, and we will wrap up this video. Alright, I'm back with the rest of my face on. I decided to go ahead and pop back on camera for a highlight because I noticed how pigmented this was when I put it in my brow bone and inner corner. And I thought, you know, I'm going to go ahead and try this for my face highlight as well. I'm just going to be using the Morphe R36. It's kind of rubbed off, so I think that's what it's called, to apply. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip right into it. Oh wow, that's beautiful. This is gorgeous for a face highlight. Alright, so that actually worked really awesome. So now we're gonna go ahead and use the Wander Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. And I've used this a couple times. First impressions of it are not great, but sometimes a mascara doesn't work that great upon first couple applications. Usually takes like a week or something to kind of like break in. I don't know, does anybody else experience that? I feel like that sometimes. Sometimes I try a mascara for the first time and I'm like, oh, it's too liquidy, it's too whatever. It's not working great, but then I use it a couple more times and it's like, wow, this works really, really great. This one just, it's not really too liquidy or too dry at all, or anything like that, and I don't mind the funky shape of the wandering thing. I just feel like it was okay. I don't feel like it super gave my lashes a ton of length, although it just says volume and curl. It doesn't say that it's supposed to give it length, so I guess to be fair, it doesn't claim to do that, so I can't be mad at it. But we'll see how it looks now if it gives me some volume and curl. Alright, so here is a closer look at my lashes after applying this mascara. It is not terrible. As you can see, it does give a little bit of curl, or a decent amount of curl, I would say. It does give my lashes some lift. As far as volume, not so much. I'm surprised that, I don't know, I didn't feel like I got a ton of volume from this mascara. But yeah, it's not a bad mascara, it's a decent mascara, but not one that I would say is my preference, not one that I would want to keep reaching for or would want to repurchase again. It's just not my preference for a mascara. It does do a decent job. It's not bad, like I said, but it's just okay in my opinion. So anyways, this is the completed look. A very simple look, very smoky and warm, but I mean, that is what this palette is. So anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial and look using some of the items from my Boxycharm this month. And with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. So I'm gonna just be using the Morphe, I also don't need another brow product. I'm